And greetings and good morning, and welcome yet again to another live broadcast on Oz Speaks Media with your host, Dr. Chenzira Kahina. And as is customary, and as is the realm of all things Women Coalition of St. Croix, you know it's going to be lit, because whenever we have the members of the Women's Coalition of St. Croix joining us, these are like my sister queen mothers, my sister queen grandmothers, my sister queens par excellence, that are providing services that are so seriously, authentically, and professionally provided by these wonderful women. I just need to say that first. With that being shared, I would welcome, as we get ready to talk about the women's race. Woo! It's going to be lit, because not only is there an opportunity wherever you're at, you could be a part of the women's race or the Women's Coalition of St. Croix, but most of these details we're going to have our illustrious guests share with us. We're really looking forward to being able to share that with our wider audiences. And hopefully in the long run, we'll be able to take some of this conversation to the next level. And with that being said, we would like to make sure, let me get my little flyer piece, because I would like to make sure for people that act like they don't know what we're talking about, that we can actually express to them, there is an actual media preparation piece, because people like to say, I don't know, I didn't see the flyer. Well, no, so there you go, boom, so that you can see the flyer. 38th annual women's race, a hybrid event. Keep that in mind, a hybrid event. June 12th, 2022. Again, Women's Race Day is back, virtual and in-person participation. And you see all the contacts. I mean, they don't play. They've got the telephone number, 340-773-9272. Some of us know by heart. And of course, the website, WCSTX.org. They've got the info at WCSTX.org, Twitter at WCSTX, and Instagram at WCSTXVI. So just keep that in mind, in the forefront of your agenda, of all the things that you do, all the things that you feel like you can be a part of, and all the things that you want to bring into this forefront in a variety of ways. It appears that we may have a live stream issue, so we're going to make sure we keep this recording moving, and I will get this posted right post haste after we're completed. So let's welcome our illustrious Executive Director of the Women's Coalition of St. Croix, none other than Sister Queen Grandmother Clema Lewis.
Yay! Good morning, Sister Queen Grandmother Chen, and as usual, thank you so much for having us on. It means so much when we on here, we comfortable, we can talk about the real stuff, let the community know what's really going on, and just thank you so much for always willing to host us and have that conversation with us. It means a lot. I mean, really means a lot to us. So thank you so much for doing this. So I want to talk a little bit about the race. We are going to talk about the race, but I'll jump it off. It's our 38th annual race. And so what I like to say, we're back. We're back in person live. People have been stopping us, calling us. When are y'all getting back? When are y'all getting back to the race? We want to get out there. So guess what? You asked and we responded. We will be back live in Frederiksted, June the 12th with the women's race. And guess what else you asked for? You asked for t-shirts. So we will be back live with the race and t-shirts. So everything you've asked for that we can oblige, we have definitely done it this year. And on top of that, for all those sisters around the world that's been supporting us through the virtual piece, we're leaving that option open for them as well. So they could be running with us virtually, as well as the sisters here in the community running with us in person. So this is going to really be exciting. It's going to be Frederiksted on the illustrious waterfront. You get to see what's happening in the West while you're running. We love to do the race in the West. But more importantly, it's a chance for us to come out together again, show that support for women doing this. It's all about women and girls. Let's be clear. It's a women and girls event, But let's be clear, we want our men there. We want our fathers, our spouses, our husbands, our brothers, our partners. We want y'all supporting us and backing us up because we need you to be there to lift us, to help us get through this race. We want you cheering and clapping and say going. So this race is a family event. What's so exciting about the race is, I mean, you can be in a wheelchair. You can be skating. You can have that baby. You could be carrying that baby on the back, on the front. You could be carrying the baby in the stroller. That's what makes our race so more exciting than most. We ain't into, you got to be these heavy duty runners coming in first, second, third. It's anybody that want to get out there and not anybody, women and girls that want to get out there and show the support for the work we do, for the survivors that's doing this, for the victims that's still caught up in these unhealthy relationships. This is a chance for them to come and work out some of the stress. We might have to do things a little different with moving into what they call this endemic area. They always could think of a name for everything. But as far as I'm concerned, with COVID still out there, we are going to ask people to wear masks outside. We're going to ask people to sanitize. We're not asking them to run with the mask because that's ridiculous, but we want to ask people to be careful. You know how we are women. We like to hug and squeeze. If the rates continue to go up, we're going to ask you so gently, don't hug and squeeze me, but you can give me a beautiful dab. You could blow a kiss from a distance. There's other ways you can show, yes, hugging like this. There's other ways you can show you glad to see me or you love me without us doing that real physical contact. Because the truth is we gotta be safe and we gotta be responsible. At the same time, we know how important what this race means to this community. It's the same thing it means to us. This is one of our major events that come from our heart, and it's a lot of work. People have no idea how much work going this race. But at the end of the day, at June the 12th, at 6 o'clock, when everything is over, we take a deep breath, but we feel good that the race took place. And we know all the women that show up feel good about it as well. So on that note, I'll shut up and give my sisters the chance to jump in and add their pieces to it.
Thank you so much for that, Sister Queen, Grandmother Clema Lewis, Executive Director of the Women's Coalition of St. Croix. And as is customary, we're going to navigate because we have the team here with us. And with that being shared, we'd love to hear from your media coordinator, Sister Queen Debra Benjamin. Let's welcome our Sister Queen.
Hi there.
Great.
Good morning, everyone. My apologies. The camera thing is just not working with me today like I would like it to. Thank you, Dr. Chen, once again for having us and for joining with us to share information to the community about what the Women's Coalition of St. Croix is doing and all the energy, the good energy and the positivity that we want to provide in our communities and give people a chance to get together safely and with consideration for the health and safety guidelines that keep changing. We're doing our best though to comply and to keep people as safe as possible. So as Clema said, I mean, I don't think there's a lot more that I need to really say right now because Clema pretty much handled all of it. I will jump in and remind people that registration is open now. You can go online to WCSTX.org and register for the 38th Annual Women Race. Our fee is still the same. It's $20 for the standard fee. And with that, you get a snazzy, 2 words, snazzy Women Race t-shirt. You get your bib with your name on it, because, we don't do things halfway in WCSC. Okay, and you get your registration form, you get your registration instructions, and how we're going to handle the distribution of the t-shirts as well. For Virtual Women Racers, we thank you so much for your continued support and we hope you'll join us. We are so excited to have this hybrid event coming up so that wherever you are on the planet, you can join in the movement for peace, hope, and justice. So go to WCSTX.org and click on the link. It's in the calendar, it's on the Women Race page, it's in the What's Happening section, and that will take you to our secure page where you can register or you can sponsor a racer if you're not, in racing mode, but you want to participate. And this is something that, everyone who cannot register also can do. You can sponsor a racer and help us to make it possible for people who perhaps cannot afford to, because, we've got challenging times going on for a lot of us, who cannot afford to participate but would like to. You can make it possible for them to do it with your generous donation to sponsor a racer. Or if you just want to get in on the snag, if you want to have your Women Race drip going on, you can get yourself a t-shirt. And if you are not on St. Croix, but you would like a t-shirt, you can contact us to arrange to have it shipped to you. So I'm at a loss for words at the moment because
that's impossible. That's impossible. That's impossible.
Trust, it can happen. Trust.
Trust and believe.
Like the race is imminent, it's right up the road, as I like to say. When we want everyone to participate as much as possible. Women, it's a $20 standard fee, but girls 13 and under race for free. We kept that option so that we can encourage, our youngins to participate in Women Race and to keep that legacy going. An important aspect of the race is that many women and girls who have experienced violence in their lives come out. And we want everybody else who cannot register to participate. Okay, we want you to be there cheering them on. If you want to do the 2 miles in solidarity, get yourself a t-shirt. Whatever way you can, post about it, share the information in all our global circles so that everybody knows that, as Ms. Gumbs said, Women's Race is global. It's not just virtual, it's global. Right. And we want and need and appreciate your support, your good energy, your adding us to all of your stories and your posts on social, taking your photos or sharing photos that we shared in the past and photos that we will continue to share on our Women Race events page on Facebook, so that you can get everybody involved in this. This is really a community event, right, ladies?
Right. Yes.
This is a community event. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't happen without our community. So
right.
I just want to encourage you to make it your own, Women Race. Hashtag my Women Race. And that goes to people who can't register as well. It can still be your Women Race because it is. It's still your Women Race, right?
Beautiful. Well, that's why when we say terms like or so, you'll know where I'm going. Sometimes we forget that when we're doing that, we're pausing, thinking we don't know what to say. And then when you get on that roll, it just like really, it's like a women's race. You be adrenaline, be moving. So I'm looking forward to that kind of energetics shared amongst our women and girls. I'm real excited, definitely making sure that a lot of these young ladies, 13 and under, are aware that they can be a part of this wonderful 38th annual women's race for free. They're probably gonna I hope you have enough t-shirts, because some of them, they're gonna be like, what? I gonna get like, what? I gonna get to run? And so that's like a whole other energetic. So I'm grateful for that. Sister, queen, grandmama, poetess with the mostest. I'm gonna bring that out. Sister Queen Sheleene Gumbs. I'm always grateful, because I know when you got a minute to be in a Zoom, we be like really needing a Zoom, because I know you got a lot on the
That
other
would be
side.
Clema. That would be Clema. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Chen. Always, always, always grateful to be in your space. Your space is always something that helps us, because you're doing the work as well, and we so appreciate you. We appreciate all the stuff that you do globally as well. And so a lot of times we don't talk about all the stuff that you do. I don't think we have enough time to talk about all the stuff that you do actually. But thank you so much for allowing us in your space again. And Debbie and Clema pretty much said everything, which is good. And so Debbie brought up the little people, and you know that I'm a little people person. And so definitely, because legacy for me is a really, really big thing. You know what I mean? What we do with the next generation to come up definitely is something that, we're not going to be here forever. I mean, some of us would like to live to 100. I am not one of those, but we do want the next generation to be better. And so, the 13 and under being free for them to race. I mean, if they come out, I know it's outside of school time, everybody's pretty much done, which means that you have free time, by the way, people, so you can come. It's on a Sunday afternoon, so you can come and you can chill, and when you're done, watch the sunset, because like Clema said, it is in the west. And so we will have the sunset when we're done. We will do the race results and all the rest of it to a beautiful sunset on Frederiksted pier. So if we can do that. And so one of the things that Debbie said, talking about legacy and how this race has impacted our community and even encouraged people to continue to do well. The person that won our last women race actually is #1 in the world right now, which is Michelle Smith. Yes. So she's done well.
Wow.
And she's been doing our race like pretty much her whole life. She and her family. And so, it's something that you can do that continue to help, because she's been an activist for that long. And, if you want to do something for your community, the women's race is a really, really good way to show your support, because that's what we're about. We're about advocacy. This race isn't just for us to run to say that we're running. It's because we are running in solidarity with the people who may not be able to run anymore, who can't run because they're in a situation where there's a lot of control and they're not able to come out and do a lot of stuff. But, you can help in the little ways. The community is what keeps us healthiest. And so being able to do this gives everybody an opportunity to do a little bit. And $20 may not seem like a lot, but you don't know how far it can go in terms of helping people in being safe, being able to have a voice, having some place to call, having something to be able to make sure that they can set up so that their legacies are there. I mean, like, we don't want to talk about a lot of the negative stuff, but our domestic violence numbers have been high, especially after COVID, because everybody was stuck inside. You know what I mean? And we may love our family, but we don't necessarily like them. And we spend, an average about 3 to 4 hours with our family members, really, you know what I mean? So this COVID thing really did a lot for us. And so being able to come out and show solidarity and be there and support our community in this way, which is going to be fun. And exercise means that everybody's healthy, you know what I mean? And you don't have to do like Michelle and run it in 9 point something minutes, but you can take 20 minutes, you can take 30 minutes, you've got your daily exercise in, you get out there, you come with your group. So register as a group. We have teams, people, we have teams. Create a team and come out and, get fancy, get dressed up, buy the t-shirt as well, but then you can add something to it as well, you know what I mean? And for the virtual racers, you can do that as well. The regular bibs for regular race day will not have your name on it because they have to be printed, but the virtual racers, your names are going to be on it. You know what I mean? Because we have 2 different registrations. The register online, it's open. Some people have already registered, so the top numbers are gone, but you can bring in the rest of your numbers so that we can get this done. And please, 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 we're empowering everyone in the community. Women and girls, we are focusing on you. But like Clema said, guys, come out and support, because the family is a family. The family is the family, regardless. Everybody has an uncle, a brother, a grandfather, or something. You know what I mean? And domestic violence, I know we focus a lot on intimate partner violence, but it is everybody who's blood related or lives with you. You know what I mean? So that includes the cousins that we don't talk about a lot. That includes the grandparents, the elder abuse, all the rest of it. Because you can be 99 and run or walk or stroll or come in your wheelchair or whatever. The race is open for absolutely everybody. So come out. It's the 12th of June. It's in the afternoon. It's not going to be nice and cool. We can get this. You can get your sunset. You can take your fancy pictures. You can get a background like mine. You know what I mean? We can do this. We can do this.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what having these types of discussions are always they're stimulating and they're invigorating because it allows for us to talk about the things that we can do together as a community in a positive light, in a very positive light. I wanted to ask a question. Can someone please just give like a concise scope so that persons always know how to contact the Women's Coalition of St. Croix? I know we've given the telephone number. Are there any particular other pieces that are connected to the other services so that we can just make sure that persons that may not be that familiar, persons that are watching this for the first time and only think that all we do is a women's race, but I know that you all are doing things like every day, all day. You got a 24/7, 366. I used to say 365, but you all have earned an extra day, even beyond leap year, for people to be able to get advocates to support them, to listen, to hear, to engage.
Say we are 24 hours, if that's what you're saying,
Yes.
365 days out of the year. So even when the office is usually open between 8 and 5, after that, we have volunteer advocates that's on duty. So if you dial that number that we can put in the box, one of y'all, Sheleene or Debbie could put it in, 340-773-9272, that's around the clock. Weekends, holidays, it doesn't matter. You can always reach us at that number. And that's for whatever. We provide services to all crime victims. And as long as you're a victim, we will be here for you at that number. What's important too, I wanted to say a couple of things, if you don't mind.
Please do. Please do.
Grandmother Chen, if it's okay with you, I also want to mention our sponsors because the race is not that cheap to endeavor with all the things that go in the race. And we try to keep the registration low. So the way we can keep the registration at $20 for 25 years is that we have sponsors. And I think that we need to kind of recognize those sponsors. I also want to say, I want to make it clear that if you're 13 and under, you register free, but that does not include a t-shirt.
Okay, thank you.
If you wanted a t-shirt, you would have to pay the $20 for the t-shirt, but they can register under 13 for free. So let me acknowledge our sponsors. We have different levels. The highest level is what we call the pacers. They setting the pace for the rest. American Infrastructure Development, Team Consultant, the Market of St. Croix, Leslie Steelwagon, Marshall and Sterling, Popular, First Bank, Lime Tree Bay Terminals. Those are the pacers, those are the top ones. The major sponsors is ADT Security, Bank of St. Croix, a division of United Fidelity Bank, Walter Sumer and Jane E. Peters, his wife, Caldwell Bankers, St. Croix Realtors, and Caribbean Cooling. Supporting sponsors, Jackie and Joel Holt, law firm, Al 95, AARP. We're happy to have this year, AARP. Come on out, AARP members. Contributing sponsors, Lady C Designs of the VI, Dr. Carolyn Merritt, and Continuum Care. Patrons, Blue Sky Real Estate, H&H Tire and Battery, Paradise Freight, and the law offices of Diane Russell. I want to thank all these sponsors. Because of these sponsors, we are able to keep the race registration at $20 for 20 some years, okay? Because of the sponsors, and they deserve their kudos. I also want to say, Dr. Chen, that it's important for people to also know that this is Mental Health Month. And because we do what we do, we need to acknowledge that we do have a mental health issue in our community, all over the world, here, globally, everywhere, especially people of color that's not acknowledging it and not addressing it. And it's important that if you're suffering from whether it's depression, alcoholism, whatever it is, you need to seek help. You need to reach out for services. We provide counseling for victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. If there's something more than that, if you need more than that, we can make a referral to one of the private therapists on the island and work along with them I'm not going to sit here and say we got psychiatrists and all that, because that's not really true. But we can make referrals to people on the island. What's important is to recognize that you might have some issues, that you might be overwhelmed. It might be spilling out in house and family life. Families may not be able to address it and know what to do. If you can't do anything, you can always call us. We can point you in the right direction. We can advocate for you. We can support you. We can be there for you. But what's important is recognize this is a month. And you know what we don't realize, mental health don't have to, it's not a lifelong issue. It ain't something that once you experience some kind of fallout or you get to some kind of anxiety crisis, it doesn't have to be forever. Sometimes people experience mental health crisis through events, through a death, through a loss, a divorce. They grieve in something. We all have different levels of stressors. What's important to know is that you got people out there, you got different systems. If you don't know where to go, please feel free to call us 773-927-10. Understand your mental health is you. That's your life. That's your whole body, inside out, whether it's physical, emotional, you name it. That's about you. And if you don't reach out and take care of you, I don't think nobody else can do it for you. So I really want to make it important for people to know this is Mental Health Month. Reach out. And the good thing, the connection between mental health and the race, come out and run it off. Come out and get that stress out. Run it off, walk it out. Get a couple of girlfriends. Y'all can spend that 2 miles just talking and getting that off and getting that out your system. You want to come and cry it out? You can run and cry it out. You can walk it out. But it's another avenue that takes some of that weight off your back, your spirit and your soul. That's another reason for the race. It's an opportunity for you to get out there and take a deep breath, take in all that ocean air, enjoy, take some time for you. The race is really about you and your health. It's not about everybody else. It's about you and putting those two connections together. Thank you for giving me that moment to.
Well, you needed to do that. You needed to share that, and I'm grateful. And Sister Queen Debra, you had some other reflections. You found that other side to the voice now, right? That's what's happening. We found another element. See, I thought you were ready. I thought we had this agreement that you was going to be more than ready and sharing some other stuff. It's perfectly okay. I just am very grateful that we were able to have this type of a discourse, because it's important that persons know like what is going on with the Women's Coalition of St. Croix and what is happening in our community, that everyone can be participatory within and support and embrace on whatever level. If you can physically come, and you made it pretty clear. So it's like roller skates, wheelchairs, strollers, walking, jogging. I guess we could do a little Jerusalem.
No roller skates.
Oh, no roller skates? Okay. No skateboard? Okay.
We'll think about that for next year.
Because you know, some of us will be trying to roll, bounce. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, just add a little something. But
We'll
I'm
talk
grateful.
about that with the committee for next year. But I was teasing when I said I wasn't ready. I actually am ready. We just wanted to point out that for the virtual women racers, we're giving them 2 days, June 10th and 11th, to do their to register, do their 2 miles, and post their time by 11:59 Atlantic Standard Time. Which is the same as Eastern Time at this point in time, so that they can be recognized at the award ceremony.
Okay.
On a Sunday, on race day.
On race
Okay.
day. So the virtual is the 10th and the 11th. Okay.
Yes,
I got that.
yes, and then race day would be on the 12th. So all of that and the details for that are also available on our website and on the page where you go to register, so that people can be clear about that. But if they have questions, please reach out. Events@WCSTX.org is the email address. The phone number is 340-773-9272. That's 340-773-9272. And we also have a contact form on the website that you can use if you have a question, because that is checked daily as well. So we'll get right back to people as soon as we hear from them so that we can answer their questions. And I want to join Clema also in thanking all of the sponsors for their enjoyment, engagement, and continued participation in the race. And also to encourage people once again to register for the race. Pre-registration is open, it's online. If you need help with something, call us. We get right back to you. And also to spread the word in all of your circles and tribes with your cliques and your girls. As Ms. Gumbs said, it is the absolute best opportunity to get your group together and make a team, you know, and share your photos on social if you're social, and we will big you up, you know, tag us at WCSTX on Facebook, at WCSTXVI on Instagram and on TikTok. We're also on YouTube at WCSTX and on Twitter at WCSTX. You know, so we love to acknowledge, you know, our women and girls and our males, everybody on the spectrum, everybody, all genders who support and participate in the women race. So, you know, we will definitely big you up. You tag us so that we know that you are supporting the race. We are more than happy to big you up and let you know how much we appreciate all that you do to, you know, promote peace and healing for our individual selves and for our communal groups.
Well, I am grateful. I don't know if there's any other final commentary, any words outside of make sure you register for the women's race today. How about that? We could do that today, like now, like right now. So persons that are viewing this, wherever you're at, any part of the world, you have an opportunity to be part of the physical piece, which is happening on Sunday, June 12th, 2022. And it's starting at what time?
They could register at 3 o'clock and the race start at 4:45.
4:45. Beautiful
You take
time.
off.
With the warm up.
But the warm up
Oh, we
is
gonna
at,
warm up?
well, I thought the warm up was at 4:30, but if it's at 4:45 and the race, I think actually takes off at 5 o'clock exactly.
Okay.
And then on June the 4th and 11th, we're gonna do pre-registration in person. So we'll get back to you.
Okay.
We'll get back to the public on the exact locations, but like we always do, the 2 Saturdays before the race, we also register in person, and people like that with the shirts so they can we call it pre-registration, and pick up their shirts so they can wear it to the race. And as soon as we secure the 2 places, we'll get that out in the media as well.
Beautiful, beautiful, because that's really important, because we would like people to really be participatory, and to all the brothers, the fathers, the grandpapas, the uncles, the sons in the yard that's listening, you know, runners need water. Runners need to be cheered on. We need that little extra, you know, and runners are definitely going to be hungry at the end. So I always put that in the forefront. So be there to offer that support and really just be a part of the whole experience, and be there, because that's how our community works together. Because remember that culture heals humanity. While we say land is our foundation in spiritual harmony, in spaces that embrace this kind of unity, really, really restores that way that we can fortify one another and really heal and really grow, so that we can undo some of the chaos that people think is normal. It's not normal. Normal doesn't exist anymore. Right? So we're changing it a little bit, just a little bit. And it's going to be that little bit that's going to let us go to a place where our communities really work together stronger, while we know ourselves, respect ourselves, and really authentically love ourselves. Thank you so much, every single one of you. Sister Queens, it's been a joy and a privilege. I am always honored to be able to just offer this form of support to the Women's Coalition of St. Croix. You all are doing fantabulous, new word, I did it, fantabulous work in the community, and we're grateful. And for those persons that need to know more, we really encourage you, check out the website, WCSTX.org, give them a call. And sometimes it might be nice to just call and say, we appreciate what the Women's Coalition of St. Croix is doing. How about that? You don't just got to call when something's wrong. Sometimes it's cool to just call and just tell them thank you. right? So with that, we say one love, peace and blessings, and we look forward to the next time.
Thank you.
Oh,
Always.
Dr. Chen,
Thank you,
just one more thing before we
Yes.
go.
Okay.
Ms. Gumbs reminded me about the posting. Did you want to say something about that, Ms. Gumbs? About
You did-
posting people's
You
time?
did it already.
Hmm?
You did it already.
Oh,
The
okay.
posting time for the virtual racers.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. So we got everything. Would like to make sure we got everything covered because you all are awesome beyond measure. Just
Well,
want to
one
make
more
sure.
thing, one more
Yes.
thing. When you register, especially for the virtual races, tell us where you're at. We had people as far away as Ireland the last time that was running. So if you get a team and you're in Nigeria or you're in New York or you're in San Francisco or you're in Dominica, just put it in there so that we know. Thank you so
Excellent,
much.
excellent. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Got a joke for y'all on that one because I will definitely be in a spot for the race. But this time we're making sure that we're going to be participatory and do our little
All right.
and be all up in it. So you all take care. It's been a joy and
Thank
a
you.
privilege. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.